Hi, Borks. I am, as usual, out in the middle of nowhere because I'm trying to avoid everyone as much as possible. Every time I try to go outside, I go as far away from society as I can. Luckily, I already live on the edge of society, so I don't really have to go much further to get even further away from society. Not a single person for miles. I found some hilarious stuff from back in like first grade. I found a ton of referrals from the first grade. Basically a collection. I have a collection right here of a bunch of office referrals from every time I've gotten in trouble back when I was in school. I was like, why the hell do I still have this? These are basically my favorite ones, my personal favorites. There was a lot more than this. Apparently I was more of a dickhead than I thought I was when I was little. There was a lot more than this, but these, the ones that I found the most amusing, that I figured would be worth talking about on video. There's still a good amount of these. I got into a lot of trouble when I was little. So I wanna read them off. Office referral, student, Nicholas. Class time 2:30, lining up to go home. Referred by stupid teacher. Major misbehavior, infraction of school rule. Okay, this one was a major one, I guess. Description of problem behavior. Nicholas punched Joey in the stomach, then they crossed that out and put arm above it. I guess they couldn't make up their mind. When Joey told him to stop touching the computer, Joey was on. I don't even remember that. Like, I remember some of the crap that I did all the way back in first grade. I remember most of it from second to like fifth grade, but I don't even remember doing that. But apparently that happened. I got into a lot of fights when I was younger. Nicholas punched Joey in the arm. When Joey told him to stop touching the computer, Joey was on. You know, I brought this for a reason. Okay, next office referral, February of 2000. That was a long time ago. Fuck. Class time, noon. After lunch, quiet time. Referred by the same fucking teacher, of course. These are all from first grade, so of course it's gonna be from the same teacher. This, when I was in first grade, apparently that's when they started to realize that I was a rebel. I had a problem with authority. I did whatever the fuck I wanted. And that's why from second grade onward, I was put into special ed. Not because I was ADD or because I had a learning disorder. It was because I had a problem with authority. And I still do to this day. That's why I've gotten fired from so many jobs. And that's why the job that I do now is I'm basically my own boss. I tell myself what to do because with a lot of previous jobs I've had, you know, I can't fucking stand these pissant bitches bossing me around telling me what to do. Especially the times I have a serious problem with it is when some of these people, they're the same level workers as I am. They're just entry-level workers, but they act like they're Mr. Head Honcho when, like, bitch, you're just a fucking dishwasher or you're a cashier or something. Like, you're no higher up than I am. We're in the same damn position, same authority. You're gonna act like Mr. Head Honcho and bitch at me and, like, tell me what to do this, do that, like I'm your little bitch. Like, fuck you. That's why, you know, I always either quit those jobs or I got fired because I ended up getting all up in their face about it. Like, bitch, you don't tell me what to do. Fucking manager tells me what to do, so go fuck yourself. Like, nobody put you in charge. You do your job, I do mine. And it's like, they always have a problem with that because it's like, let me do my fucking job. The part that really annoys me is when I'm just trying to do my damn job. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just minding my business. You know, these idiots that I have to work with go on this power trip and they think that they're better than everyone else, and they just think, ooh, I was here like a whole week longer than you, so I'm the boss. Like, bitch, no, you're not. You're not the fucking boss. Office referral on February of 2000, after lunch, quiet time, and they circled continued minor misbehavior over time. Okay, this one is fucking hilarious. This is one of my favorite ones that I saved. A description of problem behavior. Noises plus rowdiness. Making farting sounds. Continued after giving feedback. Counting statements. I can't even read some of these words because its handwriting sucks. Repeated directions. Reminded that there is no store. I'm assuming the store is like rewards. Like, ooh, save up points and you can get toys or something. I don't fucking remember. But reminded there is no store if you go to intervention. Intervention is basically, boo, you're in trouble. Reminded there could be a point penalty to pay off, and other, can't read that word, handwriting sucks. He wouldn't have many points for bonds or to spend, told when additional points were taken off, plus when at a warning, he just continued to make the same noises. He told me no to when told to go to intervention. He wandered the room, disturbing Joey. I seem to have a serious problem with this Joey person. I don't even remember who the fuck that is. He took a plastic plant stake from Kaisana's desk. He told me he was going to be ready in intervention today. He ran around the common area, played with the hoop, plus refused to go to the enclosed area. Mrs. Stevenson came out, plus walked him to that area. He stayed there but continued to make noise. Yeah, that kind of sounds like something I would do. I don't remember it, and I don't remember being that bad, but I believe it. Okay, next office referral. Orcs. It is all faded, so I can't really see the date, but it says 8:41 a.m. referred by the same teacher. This one seems to be a major one because that's the one they circled. There's 3 things that they can circle here. One is called major misbehavior or rule breaking or whatever, and then the middle one is continued misbehavior over time. Then the third one is failure to accept criticism or consequences. I don't know why they would circle that one, whatever. Description of problem behavior. Pushing plus shoving Kasena over a basketball. Well, I mean, okay. I don't remember that one either. Refused to leave dominoes. Few, can't read that. Lost additional points for NFD. I don't know what that stands for. Comments. Saying Kasena doesn't have a brain. Banging on... This Kasena chick sounds like a dumbass. I was in 1st grade, keep in mind. Like if I seriously said something like that to someone, I really fucking meant it. Like they must have been really stupid or really annoying me. This video is gonna be pretty long. I don't even know if I want to edit this one. Fuck it, I'll edit it anyway. Alright, office referral. 12:15, transition from lunch. Yum. Continued misbehavior over time. And the description of this one is noise plus rowdiness. Making fart noises during 5-minute quiet time. He was asked to stop, told he would owe me the time he was wasting. He continued, wrote his name on the board plus the min-aved. What the fuck does that say? He continued, he was reminded about taking the rat home on break. I guess we had pet rats. I don't remember that either, whatever. I don't remember a lot of this crap. It's coming back to me though. How he needed to... Man, this is a mess. FD, he continued, he was removed from the class so they could finish their time. He continued, we talked, plus he said he makes that farting sound at home, but in his room because mom plus dad don't like to hear it. We thought outside was a better place to make noises, but the other students might not want to play with him because it is a sound they might think is rude. I started his 5-minute quiet time over. He continued to make noises plus fart sounds. Warning plus then intervention. When told to go to intervention, he went on his own. Reminded, no store if it was referral. Normally I don't read like this, but shit, like handwriting is total ass. I had better handwriting when I was in 2nd grade than whoever the fuck wrote this crap. Moving on, office referral. February of 2000. This one appears to be a couple weeks after. All right, 8:41, transition, referred by Beth. Yay, finally someone else that's a fucking snitch. Major misbehavior or infraction of school rule. Description of problem behavior. Nicholas had copied Jessica's inappropriate words on the board. that he could see from light erasing. He ignored directions to stop and then to erase. When I went to lightly physically prompt him to FD, whatever that stands for, and erase the board, he hit me on the hand. Well, I was an aggressive little shit. Science, 11:20 a.m. Wow, 2 of them were circled at the same time on this one. Major misbehavior, infraction of school rule, and continued minor misbehavior over time. Specific description of problem behavior. From the start of science at 11 until 11:20, Nicholas had gone from 1,000 to 5,000, warning for carelessness with materials. He also lost 1,000 for not FD. Still don't know what that stands for, but whatever. I had sent him from the room when he threw a book and it hit Everett in the face. I gave him directions to sit in the red chair. He argued and refused to follow, plus sat on the blue rolling stool instead. He finally complied and I gave him 2,000 for FD something. I don't know what that means. He then got up, plus ran into the area by the sink, plus stomped on bubble wrap. I removed it and told him the noise was interrupting others' learning, plus I couldn't allow him to do that. He then unrolled lots of paper towels, plus then tore them up. I removed the roll. He then threw 3 chairs and a desk. I told him he was in referral. He refused to go. His comments were, "Good, I like to lose points. Good, I like referral." And then the rest of it is in really crappy cursive. I can't even read it, so fuck it. Throwing desks and chairs across the room. I did that quite a lot back in elementary school when teachers pissed me off. Office referral. Free time transition, 12:30. Continued minor misbehavior over time. Problem of behavior. Nicholas had just had a 20-minute teaching interaction with teacher and was on a warning for referral. He was making noises and was directed to sit outside the classroom in the chair. After 3 minutes, he left the room. When I went out to talk to him, he was not in the chair, and when I asked where he was, he began to mock me. He was referred for NFD. Additional comments in cursive, I can barely read it. Wouldn't come to intervention. Office returned from, I can't fucking read the rest of it. Noises include messing around with cardboard dividator. Next! Class time 11, math. I hate math. Referred by Galen. Gay. It literally says gay. Galen. Continued minor misbehavior over time. The description is Nicholas was looking for his backpack. He tried to leave the classroom without permission, and I stopped him because the other students were out here. He asked to raise his hand and get permission before leaving the classroom. He refused to follow direction and went into the toy room. Galen followed him and was talking to him, placed him on a warning for referral. Then he walked up, picked up a chair, and threatened to throw it at the other students. The other students were removed from the classroom. Nicholas was referred. Once referred, he continued to throw chairs, crayons around the classroom. He turned on computers, threw markers colored on walls, desks, switched jobs around, and destroyed something. It all faded away after that. Took stuff from teacher and threw stuff. Comments included, "I don't care if Emily comes ever. Maybe I'll have a bad day. I love having bad days." I was in a shitty mood that day, I remember that. Next, major misbehavior, infraction of school rule. Nicholas was having difficulty following directions prior to lunch. I went to take care of him over to lunch, and when we got to the cafe, Mrs. C had begun to pick out Nick's lunch. There was no pizza left. Nicholas ran from staff with an angry look on his face and I took his hand, and we've been to walk to the classroom in the middle of the square. Nicholas began to hit and kick. He was placed in something, I can't read the rest of this, and to intervention. 10,000 point penalty on card. While in office, he threw a chair over and picked cork off the bulletin board. I love throwing chairs. Continued minor misbehavior over time. Last time, 9. Woo! This one was on 4/20. April 20th. Yeah! Continued minor misbehavior over time. The description of this one is carelessness with materials. Nicholas wrote on his desk, and when he was directed to stop, he continued, left the classroom, rammed against the divider walls, and threw chairs. Staff was directed Nicholas to stop because he became more agitated. Additional comments. I tried to persuade Nicholas to complete his table chat, but he proceeded. Nicholas was random cursive that I cannot read. It looks like scribbles. We're on the last one, boys. Transition from partner activity to desks, 11:05 to 11:25. This one is continued minor misbehavior over time. Description of the problem behavior, not following directions. Nicholas was making farting noises with his hands and arms and mouth. I asked him to put his arms away. Where the fuck am I supposed to put my arms? In my shirt? You fucking stupid? Okay, I'll do that. These teachers are fucking retarded. I'm not putting my arms away, screw you. I asked him to put his arms away from his mouth. He refused to follow the directions. I repeated it several times. He was asked to sit in the chair outside. The class. He did comply plus earned points. He refused to follow any other directions. He made noises, pushed his chair around, tried to go into intervention, stood on the coffee table, drew on it on his point sheet. Go into intervention, stood on the coffee table, drew on his point sheet, took my pen, sat in the rolling chair. I continued to try and repeat my direction to sit in the chair by our class. I reminded him he likes to pick out his own lunch, plus he couldn't if he wasn't in class. I told him he just needed to show me he could sit quietly. I reminded him if he went to intervention, he couldn't pick his lunch. He said he wouldn't eat his lunch if I picked it out. You know, I've always been a little rebel and an asshole that has a problem with authority, but damn, I don't remember being that bad. But apparently it all started in the first grade. That was when I started having these problems, and then from there onward, for the next few years, I had to go into special ed because they apparently had the teachers that could handle my aggressiveness and my problems with authority. But either way, that concludes this very enjoyable video. I hope you did not enjoy it. If you did, then go fuck yourself. Stay tuned for more videos. See ya!